Kufrin gives last rose to Garrett Yrigoyen after he proposes on finale. Garrett Yrigoyen proposed to the Bachelorette Becca Kufrin on Monday's season finale after she dealt one of the biggest heartbreaks in franchise history. Becca, 28, picked the former baseball pro despite having insisted throughout the entire season that she was also in love with Blake Horstmann, with her sobbing after dumping him. "I really thought it was going to be him for so long." It was Garrett, however, who finally went down on one knee after she declared her love, asking, "Rebecca Jill Kufrin, my Becca, will you marry me?" "Yes. Yes. Yes," she cried as he put the ring on her finger, soon giving him the season's final rose and laughing, "It's the last time I'll ever do that." Off the market. Core sales rep Blake, 28, was shown walking away crying "I can't believe this" and then holding a towel to his face as he openly sobbed in what host Chris Harrison had warned was the most emotional finale we've ever seen. Plus, Becca delivered the biggest heartbreak arguably since her own, when race car driver Alu Ionk Jr. dumped her just weeks after proposing to her on the finale of the last season of The Bachelor, instead picking initial runner-up Lauren Burnham. Minneapolis-based publicist Becca was well aware of the irony, saying, "Last year I was engaged and I had my heart broken. Today I'm in love with two guys. I thought my last breakup was hard, but this one is going to be so much harder. I know that this man doesn't see this coming. He's going to be so blindsided." Crying, she admitted, "It makes me feel so terrible. Such a monster." However, of her final decision to pick Garrett, who she said reminded her of her late dad Steve, who she was sure would love him so much, she said, "I'm going with the one that I can't see myself without. This love just fit my soul, it fits my heart. Garrett's the one for me. God, I'm so ready for this." When he finally approached her, Garrett struggled to contain his joy as he told her, "I knew that I loved you so much and I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you and wake up next to you and have you in my arms every single day of my life. I love you so much, not just now but forever. You're my world." She stunned him when she stopped him, telling him that not only did he get the first impression rose but "You're reading my journal, you were the first guy I wrote something about in it. And I wrote that you reminded me of home, and you reminded me of one of the most important men in my entire life, and that was my dad," she said. "This journey has been a roller coaster of every emotion. But the one strongest emotion is love, and I've been waiting to say it for the right person. I've been holding back because I wanted to be 1000% certain." Garrett Vincent Yrigoyen, I love you so much," Becca finally told him. After her declaration, Garrett finally went down on one knee holding up the Neil Lane engagement ring and proposed. Becca, after saying yes a few times, cried as he put the ring on her finger, with Garrett hugging and lifting her up off the ground as they kissed. Picking up the single rose by her side, she then offered it to Garrett. After the proposal was aired, they appeared for the first time as an official couple in the studio, where they admitted their relationship was rocked by the scandal over Garrett's past social media behavior, where he liked posts that mocked undocumented immigrants, the trans community, liberal feminists, and also some that spread misinformation about Parkland, Florida, shooting survivor David Hogg. "When I was liking things it went against what she stands for, and that made it really hard for us as a couple," Garrett admitted, insisting of his social media, "I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I stand by everything I said in my apology, and I'm just trying to grow as a person, be a better person on a daily basis. I was really worried that I might lose her for that. She knew who I was as a person and that I didn't stand behind those likes and that I was a better person than I was presenting on my social media. It's made us stronger as a couple moving forward. I can't change my past, I can only grow from it." Becca said it was hard because I couldn't say, "Hey, this is my man, I defend him," because they were still secret, but she insisted, "That was a major thing. But I luckily got to know him for who he is, his heart, his soul." They revealed that they are moving in with each other, but with Becca stressing, "We don't have any wedding plans yet. We just want to be normal and in public." Chris then surprised them with an engagement trip to Thailand and a minivan with a baby seat in it, like the one Garrett arrived on the show driving. "It started in a minivan and it ends in a minivan," Chris joked. Earlier, despite knowing the pain she was about to cause him, Becca allowed Blake to approach with an engagement ring in his pocket, taking her hands as he called her the most sincere, honest, compassionate, goofy, funny, intelligent, truly, genuinely beautiful person inside and out that I've ever met. "I've been waiting for this day and this moment for quite some time now," Blake told her, with sweat pouring down his face. "When all this is gone it's just gonna be me and you, babe. That's the only way I want it." "Will you let me spend the rest of my life making you smile?" he asked. Having been allowed to say so much, Blake was especially taken aback when she finally told him, "Wait, give me a moment." She then sent him mixed messages as she told him, "Blake Horstman, you made me hopeful again, you made me excited about this journey and you gave me something to look forward to. You have been the most solid, constant relationship and one that I could turn to any time and knew that you would be there, and knew that you'd be a partner to me and a teammate. And you've made me know that I could fall in love again." But she finally admitted, throughout all of that too, because we were so constant I think I was overlooking other relationships. Because we were so solid I wasn't seeing everything. There's just one piece with somebody else that I am not ready to say goodbye to yet. Quite honestly I pictured this moment with you standing here the entire time, for so long. I think that we could be right and we could be partners, but I think that there's just a better for us out there. With sweat still pouring down his face, he closed his eyes in anguish, telling her, "I didn't expect this. I think you are making a mistake. I don't think anybody can make you as happy as I can. I didn't see this, I honestly didn't for the longest time," Becca told him as they walked away. "I was so sure." His devastation was clear, with host Chris having earlier warned that it was quite possibly the most emotional finale we've ever seen, saying the loser would be left so broken-hearted, so devastated, "We really haven't witnessed anything like this before. This is an absolute tearjerker," he warned. "This is a breakup so painful, to be honest it's a little difficult to watch. It is raw, it is real, it is painful." They saw each other for the first time since the breakup in the studio during the live airing, with Blake telling her, "I want you to know there are no hard feelings. I do wish you all the happiness. I was so torn up and anxious about having to hurt someone because I knew exactly what it felt like," Becca told him. Becca went into the final stage insisting she was torn, and had even seemed to have sided with Blake finally after their last evening date in the Maldives. "All I wanted this entire week was clarity, and I feel I got that, and I've started feeling it even more. I could see Blake standing in front of me, professing his love for me, and me professing it back," she insisted. Earlier, she also said, "I've been in love with Blake for a while now. And I know it's really true and right. I feel like we're on the same page and we're so much alike at times it's uncanny. Knowing that I can't imagine saying goodbye, or having him say goodbye to me." But during the family visit she was left wiping away tears as she told her sister Emily of her doubts. "For the longest time I always thought it was going to be Blake. I was like, he's the one at the end of this. I did think it was Blake for so long, now I even feel guilty for thinking this way about someone else." Blake admitted that during the last week of the show that he started worrying for the first time that she may have a stronger connection with Garrett, saying, "I love her so much that it terrifies me that I could lose her." His confidence was rocked further when her mom and uncle both asked him about what would happen if he lost, with her uncle even asking for any bad sides to Garrett. He was left seemingly convinced that they knew he was going to be rejected at the end, saying, "Maybe I'm overthinking all of this, but usually my gut is right. It's a curse. The fact that I fell in love with her so early and the fact that we moved so fast is now playing against me. Because now there's this new, fresh thing that she has with Garrett. Now I have to sit here and stew on it for 36 hours. He was then shown shaking his head as he predicted, "She's going to pick Garrett." However, Her mother and sister actually appeared to favor Blake as a pick for her, with her mom calling him equal on your level and instantly looking like a match as a team with her. He seemed to have regained his confidence by their last date a few days later, saying, "I love her more than I thought was believable. I know how special and rare I think our connection is." After their day diving and kissing in the sea, Blake sounded upbeat as he insisted, "Today was huge. It ended incredibly." On their last night, he gave her a memory box of photos of their time together, and she said to camera, "For a while I've been in love with Blake and he always surprises me. He's really everything I could want in a partner. I know that Blake would make the best father, partner, husband, partner in crime, and 50-50 person alongside me throughout life." Recalling their final kiss, Blake smiled that he sensed that everything was good and went into the final day with a weird sense of calm. "I truly think we have such an incredible future together. I just see us together, happy, a family. I'm lucky, really lucky." Garrett was first to meet her family, arriving with flowers, and acknowledging, "The last guy they met was airy, so I'm expecting them to be really hard on me today. But I want them to feel confident that this guy is the right one this time." He choked back tears with her Uncle Chuck as he spoke about the strength in his family as his mom fought cancer and his grandfather lost his life to the disease. He then told her sister Emily, "When I love someone so much I'll literally go to the end of the world to do anything for them." Emily later told Becca that he was incredible, adding, "I felt like I had known him for years. He's fabulous." Garrett went boating for his last date, with dolphins jumping in the sea around them. "I feel so good with where we're at that I'm not nervous at all," he insisted to camera. "I can't wait to get down on one knee and propose and have her in my life every single day. I'm on top of the world right now, I couldn't get any higher than this. I don't know what I ever did in life to get this lucky. I can just see living this awesome life together." During their last date, Becca teased Garrett about his snoring during their fantasy suite night together, also teasing him that the entire night "You still touched me even if just with a foot or pinky finger. That's because I don't want you to get away." He laughed, then telling her he was willing to be crushed and losing just as long as you're happy. She then got emotional when she said he reminded her of her late dad Steve, saying, "He's not here, obviously, he's never going to see me with my person. He's never going to be able to walk me down the aisle. But he is still watching over me. And it just feels like a little bit of home with you," with Garrett admitting he felt like "I was talking to your dad, too," when he was with her family. He was so confident, in fact, he said to camera, "I can just see so many great times ahead. I can hear the laughter of little kids in my head. The journey didn't make me a better man, Becca made me a better man." After the meetings were done, Becca told her mom, "I hate the mentality of this, but it's down to the question of who can I not picture my life without." Crying as her mom hugged her, she added, "I don't want to hurt anyone, ever." "Well, it's going to happen," her mom warned. The Bachelor franchise continues on Tuesday on ABC with Bachelor in Paradise.